Alright, howdy and welcome. Let's learn how to play Surrealist solo. I just put this together so you can enjoy this game by yourself in a challenging mode. So to set it up per the two-player rules. So you are going to randomly draw 6 cards for yourself, just like in the two-player rules. You'll set up your menu for 2 players, and you'll be able to follow the on your turn guide for 2 players as well. Keep it really simple. So we'll put our 3 cocktails in just for example's sake. And then we have our faux pas cards. I like to use these for the solo mode. There are 2 different types. At the bottom there are those that say end of the game. So go ahead and put those in one pile. And then there's one where at the end it says their stash. Put those in another pile. Shuffle them up. The ones that say your stash, flip 1 for each player over here. The rest get put back in the box. Now mix up your end of game faux pas and put them face down over here. 1 for each player. Make it more exciting by adding a third if you like. These get flipped over at the end of the game, so you don't know what bonuses are going to benefit you or your rival at the dinner party. All remaining guest cards make up the solo deck, so put them over here. Your rules play exactly the same as a 2-player game, so let me explain how your AI opponent works. Pull up my notes here. Alright, your solitaire opponent is self-concerned. They're only looking out for themselves, obviously. So let's do a sample first turn. You always go first. So first thing I have to do is lay down a guest. Cool. And of course I can pick any one. I have access to all 6 cards. Now, your solo opponent, if it's their turn and they have no guest, of course, their first turn, they have to draw a guest from the top of the pile. Easy. Now, I'm going to take my turn. It's back to me, so I can't satisfy anything here, so I guess I'll just take a compliment and then give a compliment to someone. There's nobody next to me. This is the person that's next to me, just like in a normal game. So I'm going to give a compliment to them. And just put it wherever, from top to bottom, wherever it can be satisfied. If they had a compliment space, put it in the compliment. They don't, so I just go top to bottom. Those are the standard rules. If there is ambiguity, it's top to bottom and left to right. Now, it's their turn again. Well, they have a guest. So here's the priority order of actions for your AI opponent. First of all, if they can satisfy a craving with something from the tray, that is always what they do. That's going to happen in this case. If there is no food to satisfy a craving, then you either give them a compliment or a drama if they have a space for it. They don't have a space for it, and of course then the person next to them would be either a person sitting next to them or myself. But we can't do that, so if there is no compliment or drama to start, then the next choice is to draw another guest card and lay it down, just like that. And we keep this one here, add any new ones to the right. Okay, so the next new one would go to the right. They do not have a seating limit. No big deal. They can have as many as needed. Those are the actions they can take in their priority. If there is any ambiguity, then just decide during the game how you want to play it. So let's say that there's compliments and drama and you don't know which to give them. Well, at the beginning of the game, just decide, do I want to make this hard mode and choose whichever one is most inconvenient for me, or do I just want to play random? I just play random. So let's pretend that they had the choice of a compliment or drama. What I would do is take a compliment and a drama, shake it in my hand, drop one, and that would be the one that gets placed. That's my preferred method. That way I don't have to think for the AI opponent ever. Let's take another turn. So it's back to me, and I can't do anything here, so I'm going to do another compliment, and I'm going to place it next to someone next to me. Well, that can be Doritha, Or it could be Man Ray. Hey, I'll do it Man Ray. He doesn't have anything to match, so I'm going to put this right here. It's Man Ray's turn. He can take a wine, so he's going to put a wine. Back to me. There's nothing I can take here, so I'm going to take I'm just going to seat somebody just for fun. Boom and boom. It's their turn again. They don't need any wine here, but he does have drama. So what you want to do is you always want to satisfy from left to right. Again, standard rules, top to bottom, left to right. My goal is to satisfy Doretha's cravings first, but I can't. However, I can satisfy that drama. So I'm going to go there, satisfy the drama, and he's going to give a drama to either Doretha. Well, he can't, so he'll give it to this dude, and I'll put it wherever I want. There we go. Again, you have access to all of your table abilities right here. You pay no attention to that for your solo opponent. Let's pretend that round is over, and we go to our next round. And what is it, 4? Okay, so we've got 4. And again, you're always the starting player. Well, let's say that this Doretha here has taken her turns, and she gets fully satisfied. Then what you'll do, just like for yourself, when it comes to your opponent's turn, if they have someone fully satisfied, take all their tokens, whether they match the craving or not, put them over here, and they take all tokens, whether they match or not, and all solo opponents are considered fully satisfied, always. So you give them the 2 tokens. Well, how do you pick which 2 tokens? I just keep it random. You can put that over in a discard for them. I take 1 of each token, 1 of each color, boom and boom. I shake them up, and I let 2 drop out. And those are the 2 that they get. Super easy. All right? Then it's back to your turn. Covers everything for the solo opponent except for the faux pas. For the faux pas, you pay attention to the 2 you can see as they're a race between you and the opponent. Attention granted to the first player to collect 4 drama tokens in their stash. If you get to that, then you get the bonus of 2 tokens. However, if your opponent gets to it first, then they take that card and they get 2 random tokens. Same with any of these stash race type faux pas challenges. So that's a way for them to get more and more tokens. So you want to race them and beat it. Let's say it's at the end of the game and you've got a couple people here that are still left. So the game has ended. You dismiss your guests, put your stuff in your stash. You do the same thing for the solo opponent. At the end of the game, you take any tokens that they still have, add it to their stash. Only consider them fully satisfied if they filled up all the tokens. Again, you don't have to match the craving. They just have to fill up their tokens. All right. Boom, boom. This is to give you a good challenge. So we've made it to the end of the game. Now we flip over our end game and find out the bonuses. If at the end of the game it says granted to the player with the most drama tokens in their stash at the end of the game. So you check who has the most drama and they get the bonus. If there's a tie, just decide if you want hard mode, then the opponent always wins. If you went for the other random mode, then you win all tiebreakers. And you do the same with any of these end game cards. How do you win? You win by meeting these criteria. You need to have more tokens in your stash than your solo opponent. You need to have 2 fully satisfied guests. And you need to have seated all 6 opponents. Qualifications for winning: have more tokens in your stash than the opponent, have 2 fully satisfied guests, and have all 6 guests seated at some point. That's it. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll put a link to a playlist of other solo modes Let me know if you have some better ideas. I'd love to see it, or questions. Love you all. Later.